Hey, yo, how you fucking doing? The name's Keywii, and we're gonna play this goddamn game, Steins. It's pretty awesome. We're playing fucking time travel with a visual novel. It's pretty sweet. I'm Okabe, and I'm talking to this girl. Let's fucking do it. Huh? And he's confused too. Stuff like what? Oh, one moment while I check the backlog. Don't know. If necessary, I can hurt them so bad they'll never bother you again.
Mr. Brown.
That was pretty English sounding. Mr. Brown, I don't think you should hire her. Yeah, she might be a wild one. I'll fire her if she causes any trouble. Anyway, ignore that organization nonsense. It's all on Okabe's head. It is? You just keep thinking that. That's all I need you for. But someday, the world will kneel before me. And then Amane Suzuha stares straight into my soul once more. Maybe she has a habit of looking people in the eye. Which is weird. People don't do that for me. They always avert their eyes. So that's a current trend. Thanks for the tip. Trend? I don't think so. I'm so confused by this conversation. Okay, it was over. Good.
That's it.
So hot. I was at university all morning. As I returned to Akiba, the heat is now becoming unfucking bearable. Oh shit, I'm receiving mail. I've got mail. Grab a nice coffee at the bakery inside thing. Are you really okay with yesterday's exorcism? I feel like a more traditional ceremony would have been better. I'm worried something might happen to you because my exorcism wasn't strong enough. It bothers me so much I can't sleep at night. P.S. Because of that, I couldn't do more than 3 practice swings with Samidare. No mail in the outbox. Excuse me. Ooh, no, don't like that one. I like the green one better. Perfect. And I can barely hear this shit. I'm gonna go with this one since it's louder. Oh, and you get fucking... Yeah, confirm that. Alright. Grab a nice coffee at the bakery inside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check @channel on my phone. Mostly frequent the occult board, the future technology board, and sometimes the physics board. God damn it. There is no @channel. I searched for threads in the mass disappearance when... Oh, you're telling me. Of Miki's Kirisu's stabbing, but turn up nothing. So were those hallucinations after all? When I peek at the occult board, I find posts in multiple threads from someone claiming to be John Titor. Wait, John Titor is back? John is tighter than before. John Titor appeared on an American BBS, that was intentional, 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. He claimed to have traveled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, an IBM 5100 series. He claims started quite a storm among the BBS denizens. His claims. Okay, let's take a look at this tip log. The American Computer Company, IBM. IBM? I don't know if... What's wrong about this? I thought this was the real one. Not only do they develop and sell hardware and software, they also offer service and consultation to enterprises. In recent years, they have made the latter their main focus. IBM invented floppy disks and hard disk drives. Titor also made several accurate, if fragmentary, predictions of future events. The start of the Iraq War and the spread of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, for example. Another name for bovine, mad cow, commonly known as mad cow disease, but only used in the case of human infection. Early symptoms include memory loss, abnormal movements, personality changes, dementia, and muscle stiffness. In severe cases, the patient may waste away for 1 to 2 years before dying of respiratory paralysis or other complications. I admit I know very little about mad cow disease. I do know that it originated in somewhere in North America, and both Canada and the US were blaming each other for a while. I do know that if this John Titor individual is going to predict events before 2036, let's try and keep things from right around 2020 out of the equation. Let's just not talk about those things. They are complicated and depressing, and I don't want to go into them. To prove he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provided pictures of his operation to me. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his predictions gained popularity even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right. But on the other hand, he missed several others. Some of his posts contradict each other, too. That's why, to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. See, that's the thing, right? If you're going to be a time traveler and you're going to, like, predict shit, try not to be too accurate or people will start, like, worshipping you and they'll take everything you say as prediction. Like, if you offhandedly say, oh, Apple's going to buy Disney, like, as a joke, people will be like, shit, that's happening. That is 100% happening. You gotta be light. You gotta be wrong. You gotta predict things, like, with some accuracy, but not everything. Don't predict the 2016 election. Don't predict fucking shit that happened in 2014. I forget. Don't predict the Higgs boson. Don't predict everything, you know? So after 10 years of silence, that same John Titor is now on a Japanese BBS? Ridiculous. It's obviously a troll. First of all, John Titor is American, yet now he's posting on a channel in Japanese? The fuck? Okay, let's take a look at our let's take a look at our tips list. On the internet, to post controversial opinions or false information for the purpose of provoking reaction. Oh, trolling. I forgot what I was reading. Let's take a look at his posts. Okay, I don't expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. Time travel technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034. Time traveler, lol. John Titor, lol. More details on the time machine. Did they sell time machines? How much do they cost? I've got about 100 million yen saved. Can you send me one? A French acronym for Society European Research Nucléaire, or European Society for Nuclear Research. ESNR. Society, yeah, CERN, but if you want to go for the English one, go with ESNR. The world's largest elementary particle physics laboratory, located on the Franco-Swiss border near Geneva. As a bank, a library, a post office, and a dorm on the premises, scientists from around the world gather at CERN to research particle physics. A reason I mentioned the Higgs boson is because CERN is related to that. CERN is a real, a version of CERN is a real thing that exists in real life. I don't know if they're using the actual, it says fictional right there. God, I'm gonna look that up. I'll be right back. I'm already in the pause. Right, so the real life CERN is related to, spelled with a C, not an S, and it's for the Council Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire, or the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It is still the exact same, though. Alright. CERN has monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nations on Earth can acquire one. To say nothing of private citizens. CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. Ooh, don't go there. Also, it's unrelated to CERN. There is no war, no conflict. However, that is a false peace founded on the complete eradication of liberty. What does LOL mean? Why did you come to this time? Was the Akiba satellite crash you're doing? Wait, guys, Tyler doesn't understand at-channel lingo. Let's keep it simple, okay? If you know what I mean. Get a trip code, asshole. I came here to change my present. In other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free. But you will lose it all in just about 20 years. 10. It is virtually important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a trip code? I might get one if you tell me what it is. You said only CERN has time machines. You have a time machine. QED? You have a time machine. That must mean you're working for CERN. Therefore, you're... Oh, shit. Hang on. Don't switch. Go to Do Not Disturb, asshole. Ignore the Discord noise. You must mean... therefore, your goal can't be to destroy CERN's dystopia. You're a fraud. What's a dystopia? How can CERN take over the world in just 20 years? Look at the Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get those guys to stop killing each other. Who asked you to change the future? You're trying to play God? If they're promising world peace, then I, for one, welcome our new CERN overlords. My time machine is a prototype, reverse-engineered from stolen CERN technology. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limited. In 2036, the world is ruled by a single all-powerful governing body. They control every aspect of our lives, deciding what we will eat, where we will live, and whom we will marry. There is no privacy and no choice. Anyone who dares oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials. In movies and stuff, small changes to the past cause huge changes to the future. You've already changed the present by coming here. What happens if you make unexpected changes to the future? Applying CERN rules the world. Do you even know what CERN is, lol? OP is a troll. So if you find his dad and kill him, then this time traveler, LMAO, Lamau, will never be born and we won't have to listen to this bullshit, am I right? I want to know if you can meet your past self. Can you have self-cessed? Okay. You're talking about the so-called grandfather paradox that has been debunked. This world line has a divergence of 0.5711024% compared to the world line I come from. Excuse me. Killing my father would alter divergence, creating a world line when my father is dead. However, it would not erase this world line. I would go on existing. If you killed the father of the world line you're from, would you then cease to exist? Or does it have to be the one you're in? Yeah. CERN is particle physics research institution that hasn't changed in 2036. It is possible to meet your past self. The prevailing theory in my time is that nothing would happen. I, however, haven't met my past self. If you're really a time traveler, then fucking prove it. Post time machine pics or GTFO. Pics or GTFO. The many worlds interpretation. Whoa, slow down, bro. Research institution taking over the world. Lol, what? I do not feel the need to prove that I am what I say I am. I'm only posting these messages on a whim. My mission comes first. What are world lines? Can you meet yourself from another world line? What happens if you do? 476. Late reply. A trip code is a way to identify posters, but hashtag password after the name. Lol, backpedaling. World lines are like infinite number of rivers following in parallel. Along the way, they are constantly branching out into new world lines. This is called divergence. For example, whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on this world line's divergence. But if you were murdered, let's say, then divergence would change. However, it would only change by about 0.0000002% of that. A single human being's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, acts of terrorism, and other events that cause widespread death and destruction have a much greater effect on divergence. Thanks for telling me about trip codes. I'll make sure to use this one from now on. I'm starting to get tired, so let's pick up again tomorrow. It's been fun talking to everybody, even if they hate me. God, that was a lot of reading, and now my throat hurts. Looks like they're already made an archive of these threads. Of course, there have been sites dedicated to John Titor for years now. Ugh. This post clearly resembles what the original Titor wrote 10 years ago. Oh, closely, not clearly. Yeah, so... Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I was gonna make a leap of logic, but while it does make sense to me, I don't think it would make sense to everybody, especially people who are new. So, I'm going to not say it. I rented one of the books on Titor. That's how I know. This new John Titor is clearly an imposter. There are many Titor fanatics, I thought it said fanfictions, on @channel. He's not exactly a household name in Japan, but I doubt anyone would fall for this level of trolling. As I continue to read, however, I find the response to the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting this time traveler as if it were his first appearance. Nobody has ever mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I try posting a retort, but everyone ignores me. Okay, so it's kind of spelling it out here, so I'll explain it. Oh, is it though? Is it? I don't want to spoil anything though. The one piece of information that all of this is hinging on. I don't know if I can say it or not. It's spelling it. God, you know what? I know what happened at the inciting incident. I know what's happening now. I know what happened with all the disappearing people. I don't want to say it out loud because I'm afraid I'll spoil things for people who don't know. So if you're watching and you do know, cool. I'm like, if you're watching and you don't know, I'm sorry I made it sound like it's obvious. What the hell? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people. Okay, now you're just being rude. There's the original John Titor thread archive in English and plenty of Titor's blogs in Japanese. Enter John Titor's name into a search engine. 12 matches. From the 12 messages he sent the other day. Wait, only 12? More overall, 12 are about the current... Yeah, there you go. I can't find a single trace of the Titor from 10 years ago. God, it's so obvious, and I want to say it, but I'm afraid to. Bizarre, this just can't be. I searched for information on Titor a few years back, but then I got tens of thousands of hits. Is this search engine filtered? I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Though, no, actually I would be. It's Japan, not another country. It's Japan, not Canada. I tried searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives the same result. The joke is that a lot of things on the internet are geo-locked and Canadians can't access them without a VPN. It sucks! What is this madness? This is Sparta! I was gonna make a joke, but I couldn't think of one while I was partway through the sentence. It feels like I've stumbled upon another plane of reality. Could this be another organization conspiracy? God, dude, I want to say it so badly. These past 2 days, I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion and inconsistency. It's almost as if... Insert information here. I'll call Daru. He'll know about Titor for sure. After all, I've talked to him about Titor before. I only vaguely remember the details of that conversation. But I'm positive the conversation happened. By the time I dig my phone out of my bag, I no longer feel like making the call. Instead, I send him an email on the way back to the lab. He replies with his location. By May Queen, he means May Queen plus Nian squared, a maid cafe. Oh, the sound is so much quieter. Maid cafe. A type of cafe where the waitresses wear maid uniforms, usually in the French maid style. They usually call their customers master. Patrons can talk to their waitresses and play games with them, but ultimately maid cafes are restaurants, not bordellos. Fucking huh? Oh wait, hang on, I missed one. The opposite of a utopia. For example, a completely regulated society in which most people are denied privacy and freedom. Interesting dichotomy. A dystopia is, well, I hate to say we're living in one, but I sort of think we're at least close. I'm not getting into real life. Nope, not happening. Not happening. We are saving the game and quitting. It's 20 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I went on that some sort of rant tangent somewhere in there. Like a few minutes long. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've Chris from Keywii. You've been great too, and you yourself a delightful day. Goodbye.